breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, what's up? Remember that? What's up? Give me a light. Bud Light. That's what got me into marketing. Super Bowl commercials. I used to love them. They're not funny anymore. They were funny back when we were young. Everybody looked forward to the Super Bowl to watch commercials. Then they turned them into like corporate tech commercials that nobody understood, especially when you're drinking, watching the Super Bowl. You're advertising to a bunch of people that will never remember what the heck you just advertised. The key to marketing is if you don't remember what was just being advertised 5 minutes from now, what was the point of advertising? And think about that. Anyway, we got Thanksgiving next week coming up. We're going to talk about the forecast. There's not a lot of weather to worry about currently, which is good news. So we'll say hello as I left my timer on. Oh my God, you can tell I haven't done this in a while. Did do a little walk today. There's me in the sun. This is me in the office here. Yeah, Amy, a bunch of us are going to the end of the season party. Heck yeah. Yes. 5 or 6 for sure that I know that are in our chat weekly. So yeah, it's a little foggy out there. We'll get into that. This is Louie. I believe he's side-eyeing me. Are you that or is he asleep? He's kind of looking at me sideways. I know you can't see this, but I think he slept with his eyes sideways. Well, Emily just came home for a day, and she just left. And every time Emily goes back home, he gets very mad. He actually gets mad at her. He will not pay attention to Emily because he gets mad. It's like when we used to pick him up at the vet when we took a vacation or a couple of days to go somewhere. He would always sit with his back turned to us, mad at us. Like, I'm mad at you guys. So, morning, Steve. How's it going, Gulfport? Morning, Loretta Reed. Morning. Thank you, Ann. I like walking. Today was a pretty good walk. Teresa, good morning. Palmetto, Daniel, good morning. I like the old song. That is an old song, Ann. You got to tune in a little more. What's up, Richard Reimer? How's it going over there on the east coast of Florida? Well, Angel, Pennsylvania getting snow, but hey. Big weather to talk about. How about that? How about breaking news weather? There's always weather. I just meant breaking news weather. Hype weather. So we got some fun things to talk about, and then we'll get into some weather. Promise. Heck yeah, Amy. That'll be cool. You get to hang out you get to meet Longo and Louie. I'll talk a little bit about our little party coming up here in a second, too. So I hope you had a great weekend, and I'm a little disappointed about my Bucks. We have one of the best quarterbacks in a terrible defense, and it's 4th and 2 in the 4th, and we need a score, and they punt. I'm like, come on, give the ball to your man. Give it to the guy that can make things happen. Monday morning quarterbacking right here. So we got some exciting news. Tomorrow I'm flying up to Louisville, Kentucky to Jim Beam Distillery, and we're doing a barrel selection for Knob Creek, and it's going to be a signature series Mike Boylan, Mike's Weather Page bottle that you'll be getting exclusively through ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Big thanks to them for doing this, Jim Beam for doing this, and we will be posting those shenanigans Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm heading to Kentucky. And never been up there, never seen their distillery. I hear it's beautiful. But I'm excited about it. Yes, I am. So stay tuned for details on that. It's going to be incredible. So another great reason to support ABC because they do a lot of fun stuff here with us at Mike's Weather Page for sure. Now, back to Emily. This was funny. We had a parent versus student softball game. And I'm embarrassed to say I've never really played softball. I didn't practice like I did with the first pitch for the Rays. And it showed because I swung a miss twice. Terribly missed. Didn't even make contact. Emily, on the other hand, with her beautiful swing there on the bottom. Big difference, huh? Dad rolled his wrist. My head was not down on the ball. So all you young parents down there that talk about your kids playing sports, keep your head on the ball, keep your eye on the ball. Don't roll your wrists. Look at me. I'm leaning forward. I'm not leaning back. She's got the perfect swing there. Made Dad look silly. Big thanks to Whiskey Wings. I posted this yesterday. We have coasters now. I got a lot of coasters. We had our first batch of 2,000 coasters were gone. So I got them more, and any restaurants in our local area that would like coasters, reach out, Mike's Weather Page at gmail.com. They're free. I'll support you. But Whiskey Wings actually sells our spaghetti model IPA. That was pretty awesome. So even though the Bucks lost, there was still good news there. Tampa Bay Brewing Company. At my local place, so that was kind of fun. Did have a little fire pit last night. The fire pit's looking like the Leaning Tower of, was it Pisa? Is that how you say it? Leaning Tower of Pizza. But it's on its last leg, and it looks like it's about ready to go down. Most of the bottoms fell through already. There's rust everywhere down there, so this might be the last. I hope it makes it through the season. But it was fun. Julie came out there. So our big Food Drive Friday with Fran Hosh was incredible. I want to do a big shout out to Fran and her husband Rhett. They love our family, and we love their family. And they raise so much food and for Feast here in local, the food pantry here, Feast, and thousands of families they feed weekly here in Upper Pinellas County. So that went extremely well. There was tons of people. Huge turnout, their biggest in 17 years. She even brought a donkey for me. Fran is a huge weather lover and animal lover, and they actually brought in a donkey to celebrate MWP being there. So, extreme cold right after Thanksgiving. Margaret, yeah, we're going to talk about that. I don't see extreme cold yet, but there is a lot of hype out there. People need to hype something when we don't have any weather. I don't see anything extreme yet, but I'll talk about it. But we had a donkey. Thank you, Fran. That was a little Sarah. Got to do my Drew Garabo live radio show. I love Drew, man. He had me on the air almost 35, 40 minutes. We had a lot of good conversation on the Bone 102.5. And I hung out with Martine Gramatica and Mike Allstott. Allstott and I talking about doing a beer challenge for charity, maybe. See, last man standing. We'll see. That'll be fun. So, all right, weather in a minute. Tucker What's that, Billy? Who's that? My mind has just went. So we do have something fun coming up. Now listen, we did this last year, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. We have a charity coming up, big event. It's at Camp Margaritaville in Auburndale. They sent it across all their social. Margarita sent it out, corporate. It's on their website. It's on their app. They've been running ads. If you go to their website and click offers, here's our offer, Mike's Weather Page benefit party. It's going to be amazing. You can come for the day, Friday. You can stay all week. We're camping Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday's the big day, but they're doing 20% off bookings, discount resort fee. Look at that. They got a bunch of perks just for helping our party out. Plus, every night book money's going to our charity of choice, which is Mountain to Sea Ministries. So Friday's the big event. So like 5 to 7, we're going to be doing the fun stuff with Mike's Weather Page. We're going to be doing some basket raffles. We're going to be doing some announcements, some fun, some giveaways. Furman Power Equipment. Jason's coming from Furman. They're going to be doing an open bar for all you MWP guests that book to stay and sign up for the day of. And then we have a band. Daniel Burns Band. Amazing band. Southern rock, country. Good guys. They'll be singing 7 to 10, 3 hours, 7 to 10 p.m. So check it out. We appreciate it. We got a lot of folks booked already. It's going to be a great end of the year party. We're raising money for a good friend of mine, Chad Robbins, Mountain Sea Ministries. So he and his wife have been doing disaster relief for 20 plus years. I've met him 10 years ago. I've been with storms with Chad. We communicate during storms all the time, U.S. storms. He goes overseas a lot. He was one of the first on the scene during Jamaica, and donated over 100 generators, fueled them, set them up, schools, churches, police stations. So we do have a GoFundMe link for him. Everybody that can't come to the party, we would love if you can. We're trying to raise money for his ministry there. And I got a big discussion here, basically from Chad, who he is, what he does. I have a great video here about who they are, a very touching video, what they have done in 20 years. So check it out. Shelly put the link out there, and I'll put the link out some more, but I believe in what they do, and people always ask, who are we going to help this year? So Neighbors Helping Neighbors. We're going to be raising a few grand for what they do, for sure. So the Tropics are quiet, and that's what we're going to talk about. Nothing. It does officially end November 30th. Oh, you booked the whole week. How about that? Look at you. Angel. Awesome. Well, come up and say hi. It'll be warm. I promise. Saturday's the cool day. We're just going to hang out at the Tiki Bar all day. Talk shenanigans. Tropics officially in at the end of the month, but nobody sees anything coming. Countdown. We have 13 days, 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 30 seconds. 13 days. Not seen anything yet. Knock on wood. Oh, man, I can't believe the dogs didn't just go. Louie's looking right at me, too. Oh, that was a mistake. Never knock on wood with you have dogs. But 13 days. But hey, it doesn't mean we can't start getting ready for next season. This is a great time, the off season, to start thinking about next season. Because there's always going to be weather. But just be thankful if you were not impacted this year. For sure. So, but let's talk about Thanksgiving and what's going on. Shout out to my good friends at Storm Smart. They make these awesome catcher screens that remote control roll down. Incredible for your patios. This would be a great time to get them. For sure, when we have nothing going on. You don't want to have to worry about putting them on when we have storms coming. So it was foggy this morning, which usually means one thing, muggy air. Dew points are climbing up there in the 60s now. 64 in Tampa. Usually when it's around 65 and up is when you start sweating these dew points. Oh, somebody just donated. Thank you. Who's that? I just got a message. Appreciate that. I don't have a last name, but that was nice. So when those dew points start, inching up to 65 and 70, it's muggy out. In Texas, I don't tell you all, it's getting muggy, but you have rain coming. That kind of sign of moisture in the air. Moisture. James, thank you, buddy. I rarely put anything out there for this kind of stuff, but we do make a difference. And one thing that I learned with Chad and what he does, when you devote your time and money and energy to help others, it's powerful. It's a unselfish act of kindness, So appreciate that. I'm excited to see Jason from Furman here too, because they actually had another ministry they donated generators to. I think all in all they had like 300 plus generators in Brandy Reed. Thank you. 300 plus generators they had on the ground for Jamaica, helping out Furman. So that was cool. Temperatures, we're going to talk about this. These are your anomaly 5-day averages from basically today through Saturday. And we got some folks 20 degrees above where it normally is this time of year. It's cooler out west. We've had this not a Polar Express, a Pineapple Express. We've had a bunch of low pressure areas coming down and just impacted a lot of rain out west. And that's driving up the rain totals and keeping it cool. But look at this. Hot. Hot, hot, hot. Thank you, Amy. I should just leave this up there. Appreciate that. But these are temperatures above average to Saturday. So it's hot. 20 degrees above normal. Crazy, right? What's normal? Rainfall for the next 7 days. Out west, still getting some rain, but we got the big story. Will be the rain in the middle part of the U.S. toward the end of the week. Doesn't look like severe weather yet, but we could see some Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll keep an eye on that. But what I showed last week isn't as prominent as it was last week. But look at the southeast with no rain expected towards Thanksgiving, it looks like. So we are dry in Florida. We are dry in the upper Gulf into Georgia and Alabama there, upper panhandle. And that's going to probably remain. Here's the current drought index. This was Thursday. I shared it Thursday, but pretty much the big jump in red here, lower Georgia, Florida there, D3. And I guess what stands out more than anything, at least for Florida, is how the East Coast has absolutely been blessed with rains. A lot of it, too much rain. Right, Shelley? But the West Coast in D2 drought. So what a difference, right? It's only 100 miles separates the two coastlines, and it's such a huge difference. So crazy. Then the upper Gulf, forget about it. They really need rain bad, and it's probably going to get worse. Thursday we'll have a new drought index come out, and it'll probably be even higher. You can always kind of keep up with things on the bottom here. What it was last week, 3 months ago, start of the year. And you can see here that 3 months ago, 71% of the southeast there was no drought. Now we're up to 26%, so 50% almost now are in drought. The big change was this D3, D4, almost none 3 months ago. Now 12% of the area is in that, so that's a lot. And actually, 3 months ago, only 5% were in a D2, D3, D4 drought. 5% were. Now we're at 25%. So a quarter of the southeast is in some sort of a drought. Oh, this is for Florida. Same thing, though. Let me see. 5 and 25. Let me see if I was wrong about that. 5 and 25. So we'll look at this. About the same. 3 months ago was 1%, and then it's 23%. So huge jump even for all the southeast states. We do have some flooding out west still going on there as this low pressure juice sneaks in as we get towards tomorrow. We're starting to see this transition to the rain here on Wednesday. This is that storm system coming into play Wednesday. Thursday really gets a lot of rain. That front line, this is where we started to see the chances of some storms pulling up out ahead of this Thursday maybe, Wednesday, Thursday. Nothing showing officially yet but definitely want to keep an area here for storms. Wednesday, Thursday, as this slides across, this is Thursday rains, and then Friday a little bit lingers as this slowly makes its way. And it does not. It looks like this low is going to lift out of here, which takes all the juice with it, which keeps all this area rain free. So anytime the low pressure area slides north, here's what it looks like. And here's my Google ads. Navarre Beach rentals and Christmas trees. It knows what I like. Tropical getaways and Christmas. Here is that little low setting up through the week. Here's Wednesday. Here's Thursday. Some of these storms could get a little spicy on Thursday. We'll see. Low pressure, not as low as it was, 1,000 millibar, but that's kind of the area we'll be watching for Thursday, Friday storms. Now notice it kind of slides, kind of dissolves a little bit actually. Notice the 540 line, no big cold air. We get into next week. This is the chatter that we could see a big front next week, but here we go. Here's next Tuesday. Another system comes into play a couple days later. That one looks like it could fizzle out. See that? And then maybe the next one on Friday. Here's Thursday, by the way. So there could be some sort of little frontal line on Wednesday night setting up here across the southeast. Maybe. Going into Thursday, somewhere around here. This is Thanksgiving, by the way. Nothing for the Macy Parade yet. But then the next system, maybe the following Friday. This is the one a lot of people are hyping up. But it's kind of lifted north. This would be Saturday the 29th. Just too much inconsistency right now. Here's another run. So it's just, it is a big dip in jet. Too far away to be certain about anything at this point. But the next chance for, I would say, a big cold front could be right after Thanksgiving. As this blue indicates lowering pressures. This is Friday the 28th. So that would be an area to watch if you were to look for some sort of a next big cold front. And we always look at that 540 line. But nothing's really popping yet. I mean, I don't know. Severe weather. By the way, here's day one. Where are we at here? Day one. We see day one, day two, day three. It's Tuesday. I'm surprised they're showing that Tuesday. Huh. Well, anyway, here's Tuesday. Tomorrow, maybe with some areas of storms. I was more worried about Thursday. Let me go to day three here. None of this is working. Well, that's not good. What the hell's going on here? Well, hell. Yeah, no. Okay, that's why I wasn't working. No, you're not showing. These are behind too, by the way. But here is some storms possibly brewing in the week here. That same general area. So I just showed all that. But again, I mean, if you look at Storm Prediction Center, I always look at, obviously they're the official source. You read their discussions. Just showing light green today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And they're not showing anything on day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They talk about it, about the trough coming down Thursday, Friday. But that's all it is right now is talk. So Thursday, Friday, possibly. Not guaranteed about anything on that. Let's say one more thing. No, too much. I don't know. I hate going too far out with Thanksgiving because it's going to change. But we know there's a series of fronts coming into play. That's the only guarantee. We have a little bit of storm chances maybe today up there or tomorrow. Low pressure tomorrow morning. But not shown on the Storm Prediction Center. Here's that next front, Thursday into Friday. So here's kind of where we could see a messy setup Thursday, Friday, this week coming up. That's where the heavy rain's going to be coming across into Saturday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then our next little system comes down first part of Thanksgiving week. Here's next Monday. This one tries to make it here Wednesday. But I don't see a lot of snow with this one either. So that's it, man. Time to get the stuff out of the attic. It's an awful time of year for that. I love Christmas. I just dread the attic. Here's 10-day rainfall maps all the way to next Thursday, Thanksgiving morning. So 24 hours snow. If you want snow Thursday morning, this is kind of where we're leaning, like very little. Not seeing anything big coming. I'm not going to go past 10 days because it's going to change. Wintertime is tough for sure. So there's that. There's your radar. Nothing. Morning, Tallahassee. Need rain. We need rain. Everybody needs rain. Good morning, Clearwater, Beth. No rain. Yogi out. Joy, good morning. Morning. Jamie's dogs go crazy when they hear a Ring camera. I know. Ours for sure does too. I have some rain maps, by the way, if you want to look at southeast data. You can look at percentage of normal rains. 60-day rain departure. 60-day rains. Basically showing you almost nothing. We do 90-day rain precipitation. Just kind of gives you an idea how the East Coast has got 20 plus inches of rain and the West Coast has got 6 to 11, but I don't even think that's correct. I don't think we got 6 inches here. I don't know how that number came out. Let's see what this map shows. Last 30 days, yeah, this is a little more like it. Last 30 days, orange is 0.1. Light green is a half an inch maybe, and that's the last month. Last 60 days, the green and yellow are like half an inch to an inch. The Cape area is 21 to 30 inches of rain. Purple's like 10 to 13 inches of rain. And then our upper Gulf, Georgia area is the same, nothing. 60-day rain totals. Not even an inch in the lighter green. Last 120 days kind of makes it look better, but it's still not good. 15 days. Let's do 15 days. Green is 1 inch, so really nobody's had anything. Here's 7 days. Well, it says we got some, but I don't know if we even got some of that. I think this. Well, there you go. Last 3 days. The last 3 days, we only had a little bit right here. Who is that? That's probably what? Plant City. So in the last 3 days, the only one to get rain is that little guy right here. Oh, and a little bit there in Mississippi. Do we have a transparency button on this one? No. Little bit of rain here. I wonder where. Oh, here it is. Here we go. So it rained in Ocean Springs, well, northeast or northwest of Ocean Springs, Cedar Lake, somewhere in Mississippi. We had a little dot of rain here outside of Pensacola. And then, the town here in Florida that I was curious about. No, that's south of Zephyr Hills. It's kind of in the boonies. So the last 3 days, there's been nothing. Texas had no rain. Anyway, I can leave that all day long. Anyway, pistachio pudding. I love it. it did seem Jamie or Ryan a very weird rainy season for us. Jamie, great question on dew point humidity. It's such a confusing topic. Dew point is moisture overall in the air that aids in rain, storms, what it feels like. 65 and up is muggy. Basically, it's just the moisture in the air. Very hard to distinguish the two, but you can have high humidity and not be as muggy and have storm instability like we do with higher dew points. So dew points are a big indicator of possible severe storms when we start getting 65, 70 degree dew points in the air. It is confusing. I just know 65 and up, it makes you sweat. What's up, Mr. J? Thought of you the other day. We had some of your hot sauce. I'll put a whole bunch on some chili. So anyway, I'm going to keep over the Brew Crew. We got a lunch dinner I got to get ready for. So we're going to cut it here in a minute. And we'll be live on Friday. I'll be up in Louisville, Kentucky tomorrow and Wednesday. So I'll be posting a lot from up that way. And that's about it. Countdown to Thanksgiving is on. So there you go. All right, well, y'all have a great day. We'll see you.